Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do something we've never done before and I'm super excited. As you guys know, I am not the hero specialist nor the quest specialist, and I pretty much just find something that works and keep doing that thing. But today we have a guest with us and he's going to be sharing some thoughts and some things that he's been working on to optimize questing, optimize Polonia runs. Basically, from what he shared with me, and I'm really excited to hear it, is that potentially with how this works, this is even more effective than Tower with Polonia, which means that doing this consistently, even throughout Tower, and doing Tower with a different team can actually be more cost effective than it would otherwise. So very interested to hear it and see kind of what's going on here. So Zam is with me on voice chat right now. Let's do this.
All right, thank you. Yeah. Actually, I didn't send Polonia to tower last time it was ready. But yeah, let's kick this off and see Polonia doing her thing. Yep, 20 items.
So 20
Um,
items and 1 hour rest time.
yeah. See, look there, 1 hour. Let's send them out again. Use some potions. But the key to this strategy, you want to run sunken easy so that the rest times are so much shorter. You're gonna get less items from like the quest, but because Polonia is getting you 20 items no matter the difficulty, you're gonna be able to get those items fast.
Is there a
So that's
difference
really the
in
key.
tier of item that you're getting from the quest depending on easy, medium, hard? Or is it all the same?
From what I've seen, I don't think so. I haven't been able to find anything about that. I started tracking the first like 20 runs once I made this team, and I was getting about 50-50 between tier 9s and tier 10s.
Interesting.
And that's the other thing. And I haven't looked at this yet, but the Bleak Spire easy,
Yeah.
it's got very similar quest and rest times um for easy mode. So
Interesting.
you're gonna need a lot more like health and damage, but
Mm-hmm.
you could potentially be doing this like maybe only like 10 minutes more. And if that has a higher rate of tier 10s or even a shot at tier 11s, I don't know if it even does.
I've heard it
But that could
from
be,
people who have ran it a lot, like 1 in 50 or something like that.
I mean, but that might be worth it.
Yeah, true.
If
True. So what is your quest time on an easy?
so, well, I use the golden compass right now, but
Okay,
it's
just so we
normally
can watch it.
it's normally 81 minutes. So 81 minutes in, 60 minutes out. That's like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and you're
Wow.
getting at least 20 items.
Yes. So
Um,
I'm going to pull up patch notes right now just to clarify this. So obviously this video is quite timely because there is a new strategy, a new twerk or a new tweak, a twerk, yeah, a new tweak to how Titan Souls affect thieves, where it turns into tricksters and it increases a couple things. So let's pull that up now. All right, so there you can see the Titan classes have changed. And so the trickster here, it says the Titan upgrade of the thief has been modified. In addition to his previous effects, it now also slightly improves Polonia's leader skill and pairing up with her. So the increase is two items per trickster that's on the team, so she can then get 22, 24, or 26 items depending on how many tricksters you have with her. And as well, it increases the chance of getting an item from 50% and increases it by 3% per trickster. So potentially you could be getting a 59% chance of stealing an item for every hit on the enemy, plus the potential for 26 items if you have 3 tricksters. So obviously, knowing that in endgame the vast majority of profit is from questing because you're getting so many free items, that paired with an increased ability with Polonia to be getting so many more items and more often, and looking at this strategy with Zam today, hopefully learning how to almost guarantee getting 20 or 26 items can completely change how much profit that you're able to make in this game. So that's what we're looking at today, and that's one of the major reasons that we're talking about this.
yeah, and I think they really balanced the 3% extra chance correctly. because I was looking at it. If you can get your team to last like 13 rounds, you have the same like 99.5% plus chance of getting the full number of items. So
Oh,
they
okay.
really did that. 3% is perfect from what I've seen. It's not going to make it any harder to pull off like max items every run. You're
Hmm.
just going to have to do it with tricksters.
Yeah,
Um,
that's really smart, actually.
yeah. The one thing that the one thing that I will say is as advice is to use mammoth spirits. Um, Mammoth spirits are really good. One, you are working with Polonia because she is giving your team extra defense and extra evasion. So, that's already helping you. But the real reason is you need the threat because Polonia has 60 threat. And like what do these guys even have? They have, well, he's got 100 with all the mammoths. So
Wow.
without mammoths, Polonia is going to be taking the majority of your hits. You can increase her health with gear. Like
Yeah.
she's gonna die every time.
Yeah.
So mammoths are the way to go. Um, yeah, let's take a look at these. I picked Ranger and Wanderer initially just because they have that innate evasion. This guy actually didn't get any evasion skills, but it worked in the simulator, so I just kept him.
So in terms
Uh,
of like stats and skill rolls and that sort of thing, I know that you're going to show us the spreadsheet in a little bit here, but
mhm.
what are you kind of looking for in terms of
Yeah,
priority?
this right here, this skill, anything with defense and evasion is gonna be
Okay.
what you want to get. Um, Especially with tricksters, you're gonna get two skills, and then you have to soul them to get any more
Yes.
to see any more of the skills. So my goal right now is to get at least like 30%, ideally 35%. That would be cap. Um, that's what I'm looking for, and then I'm gonna soul them if I get there.
Okay.
So
So you're looking
these are
for
really the
basically
best.
no crit, as little
Yes.
attack as possible so that they're hitting a lot of times, and then just a lot of
Yeah.
defense and evasion so that they can survive a really long time, get tons of hits in, and get max items.
Hmm. So basically, any of these items, these four items that are giving me HP, um, those are critical. And this is my solo trickster. This isn't going to be for the Polonia team, but it just lets you see that they get to wear boots once you give them a Titan Soul.
Gotcha. Oh, because that guy would just stomp everything.
Yeah, yeah, that that would be too much. I
You
rolled
get
that to
like
be a
two
soloer.
items.
Yeah, yeah. She solos Castle Hearts, so um, yeah, that's the purpose of that hero. But let's move over to the spreadsheet.
Yeah, sounds good. By the way, guys, this spreadsheet that he's pulling up, basically you input your heroes and it will show you percentage chance that you find success and, just all the information that you're going to need to be able to show you what they're going to perform with. And so I will make sure to link this in the description so that if you want to do the same thing and input your heroes and run some sims and whatever, then you can feel free to do so for sure. So let me just move my camera over here. All right, man, you're good to go.
All right, so first things first, I got to shout out to Ress for building this hero sim calculator. He had a quest simulator and a hero builder. Then he put them in the same spreadsheet, which was amazing. And this is how I've been able to crunch all the numbers, to be able to even figure all of this out. So right now, I've got my three heroes that I showed you, my Ranger Wanderer and my Dancer. I've
Mm-hmm.
got these pulled up, and you can see these cells in blue are the ones that are critical. Can you see my mouse on this screen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, yeah. So the minimum number of rounds, you want to get that number as high as possible while also keeping these survivability numbers high. because this is
Okay.
the chance that everybody's gonna live, and you're not gonna need a potion. And then the minimum number of rounds. If you have 12 number of rounds, you're guaranteed to get, what is that? You got 4 heroes, so you're getting 36 hits in. It's actually gonna be,
That's
is that
like
right?
18
No,
items, yeah.
12 rounds, 4 heroes. That's 48 hits.
Oh, okay.
Actually 45, because if the first hero in the round kills them, that would be at least
Yeah, yeah.
45 hits. I shoot for 13. I had my Wanderer having a tier 10 gun. So he had, he was getting more attack and I think health from that gun. But now that he's higher level, that's actually throwing it off. So if I switch it to him having a tier 1 Shiv, there we go. See, now
14
we're getting
rounds.
minimum 14 rounds.
Wow.
And the survivability, I mean, these two drop from 99 to 98. So you're really not losing much on survivability.
So at
Yeah.
14
So
rounds times 4 hero attacks, I mean, that times a 50% rate of getting an item, like it's got to
yeah,
be in the high 90s percentage wise for getting max items every single time.
we can look at that. So let's see, 14. So if it's 14 rounds times 4.
14 rounds? 28? No,
Oh,
it's
there we
56.
go. Yeah, okay. That's why. 56 chances. There we go. 98.
98.8.
So that's your chance of getting 20 items.
Wow. And I guess with
So,
tricksters, if they're increasing the chance that Polonia gets one, like you could increase that, let's say probably 59, but you want 26 successes. It's probably
mhm.
still going to be an incredibly high percentage. I wonder if it's the same.
Yeah,
97.
you lose a percent.
So
And
with all tricksters with your current builds, or no, not even with your current builds, with that many rounds, with that same number of rounds, you have almost a 98% chance of getting 26 items every 2 hours 20 minutes.
yeah, exactly.
So when you run this same sim in, let's say, tower, for example, obviously each floor is going to have a different amount of health.
Yeah.
Each boss is probably going to have a different percentage of like tiers of items that you're going to be getting and that sort of thing. So would you say that it's worthwhile, like, let's say, healing just Polonia to run on a floor, and then running the next floor with Polonia on, like, let's say a sunken easy, and then running Polonia again like on the next floor type thing? So she would be running like every second floor potentially to still get those few extra items, but then still running her normal sunken easy to make sure that she's getting those consistent 20 items.
I guess you could do that. Yeah, have the team be just on their normal rotation, but then while they're resting, try to throw her in tower with
Yeah,
a
that's what
random
I'm
thing you're
thinking.
saying.
Because just not putting her
I
in
could-
tower at all seems wasteful if she's like sitting there, quote unquote, resting. But like if
Yeah,
you could throw her in like every second floor, but then still have her running with her normal team, after the hour rest time.
yeah. I mean, by the same kind of token, I was considering not retiring this team once I get 3 tricksters, and then I could just do that every day.
That would be crazy. Could you imagine having like a full team of tricksters and then a full team, and then you basically just heal Polonia constantly? And
Yeah,
then
and
she's
then,
just like running a quest all of the time, and then potentially you could be getting every hour and 10 minutes on average, getting an average of 23 items.
yeah.
Oh, dude, that
Uh,
would be so crazy.
there's there's a reason that the devs didn't want tier 11s to drop from quests.
That's true.
It's
Could you imagine every hour and 10 minutes getting 23 tier 11s? You would break everything.
yeah. Oh my gosh. I actually, while I was doing this, I realized that I missed something when I made this team. Because the thing that I want to minimize is crit, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, if you don't have any crit, then your number of rounds is going to be like static because it's just
Mm,
hit for hit for hit. If
yeah,
there's no
true.
crits, then you're not bringing down the boss any faster, and that's why I wanted to eliminate crit. So it's kind of bad that I have a dancer.
Oh, yes,
'Cause-
because if there's an invasion, it's an automatic crit. That's true. And then for
all right,
most of these weapons, you're just running like tier ones,
yeah,
just
let's
for
actually.
basically the element and mammoth, I guess.
So yeah, my guildie always asks me if I do the barehanded hero strat, and I always tell her like I have to do a level 1 item because I need the mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see if I can get 20 again.
Let's do it.
Nice, only one break. You get 3 breaks almost every time, but it's still worth it.
20
Yeah.
items.
And they're both. I'm actually happy to see some tier 9 items because I can get some of these enchants out of my inventory. All right, where is he?
You have 6 souls?
Yeah, dude, I have
Oh,
so many souls. I am ready for this update.
that is awesome.
I'll show you some of my soul heroes in a second if you want.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Does it now give a second screen when you click one of these? Like, are you sure you want to do this? Or is it still one click done?
Well, let's find out.
Oh, no. Okay, let's do it.
It's
Dude,
one
it's
click
still
done.
one click. That is ridiculous. I can't believe that that's a thing. Once a month, you can potentially get one item, and there it is, man.
Oh,
That's
it's
crazy.
crazy. No.
Oh,
I'm
I'm sure
probably
you'll
gonna have
re-roll
to.
it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to use a dice on that.
Yeah.
It's. Yeah. Well, there's always a chance. You can't
Is
do
that your
anything
first
about it.
trickster, though?
Well, this is my first Polonia trickster.
Nice, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats.
If hypothetically I had 3 tricksters that were exactly like him, what would I need to put? Like, what kind of gear would I need to
I
get
see.
this Polonia strat working? So now that I know my third skill, I can put Eagle Eyes right here, and that's not great, but let's see if we can still get it to work. So right now I've got everything as green, mostly tier 10s that add health. Probably gonna drop this dagger down. That's the other thing is if you're dropping your elements, you want to drop your elements on your weapons or anything that gives attack
Oh, yeah.
because when you enchant something, you give that item bonus stats. So if there's anything you're okay with dropping, you want to put your lower tier enchants or any enchants you might even be skipping on the element side.
Yeah, that makes sense.
On your weapon or anything that gives attack. Right now, wow, that's
You got some work to do, buddy.
yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me just make sure it updates. Yeah, that's 9 rounds. That's not good. Let's see.
And that's with a
Let's see what
tier 1 weapon.
Yeah. We do have one more trick we could try. So, what would 9 times 4 be? So 36.
36, 33.
Let's just say 35. We'll give ourselves a little. Ooh.
45%.
Is that 4.5%?
No. Yeah, it is.
We can do better. So the good thing about Trickster is you have a second attack giving item. So we can drop this ring down to a tier 1 too. And let's see if that gets us any closer.
Oh, so your attack will be lower, yeah.
Let's see if that gets us any closer to what we need. Did it automatically update?
Did that just put you at 14 rounds? Your ring changed that much?
Wait.
What?
That's perfect.
That just went to 17 even with a crit skill. That's insane.
I thought I was gonna have to fiddle with it. Because this is 99% on the 3 and 95% on Polonia was like my goal when I was first making it. and 17. 17 times 4, so let's say 65.
So you
Can we
didn't change a skill.
change?
All you did was change one piece of gear to reduce the amount of attack, and it almost doubled the amount of rounds.
And the chance is now 99 point.
99.9. What?
So that went quicker than I thought it was.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So ideally, yeah, that's so interesting because I was thinking you're going to need like a specific set of skills, reroll everything. You need these specific things, whatever. You just rolled a crit, and all you had to do was change a piece of gear, rerun it, and you got to 99%. Like,
Yeah,
it's not like you need the perfect thing, reroll everything, whatever. It's literally just like equip them properly, figure out what's going to work, have the right elements and spirits and stuff on there, and you're good to go. That's amazing.
you just move things around, fine tune it until you get these numbers to say what you want them to say, and then this binomial probability calculator. Should probably say that again. This binomial probability calculator that gets you to where you can convert these complicated factors like minimum number of rounds to an actual percentage that's like easier to comprehend.
Yeah, for sure.
Dang, that's the highest number I've seen.
That's amazing, man. So I think my conclusion is that that Polonia and Tower, you should only use Polonia for half of Tower. If you have the proper team.
That's fair. Wild. If you were already using potions on Tower, like if you were using a potion on Polonia for every round of Tower,
yeah,
you might as well switch to this and do half.
Yeah, pretty much.
I personally wasn't doing that very often, but it is definitely a good strategy. I just wasn't gonna spend the potions on it.
Yeah, fair enough. Especially if you're using potions to heal Polonia if she dies, like every few quests or whatever, right? Like just trying to optimize uses of items that you don't have unlimited of. So I think the one thing that may be difficult for a lot of people is not having inputted as much data into a spreadsheet or, a sim. Because, like, honestly, for me, if I were to go do that and input heroes and stuff, I wouldn't really know where to start. I don't want to include that in this video because I know it's going to be pretty long as is, and that's like a lot of information. But I think if people do have questions about how that works, how it functions, how they can do it for themselves, I'm sure that you'd be happy to answer questions for people who need it.
Have you ever used this this spreadsheet before?
No.
I mean, it's basically all drop downs. Are they sold? What's their type and class? What's their
yes, I see.
You can quickly change the quality of everything with these ones right here.
Yeah.
Drop everything. Put it back.
Oh, and then it autofills HP and attack and defense and stuff.
It autofills everything. Dude. All of these are filled. You can do your seeds, your level, your skills.
Wow.
Might need to. Yeah, one thing that's going to confuse people is like you got to find the skill name for the first level of the skill. That's how everything is named in the system.
Okay.
But it has the name of the first level and then the stats of the third level written down.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Question for you. Because I just don't know how it works. Like for mini bosses and stuff like that. Obviously there's like a ton of data that would need to go into knowing, the stats for each mini boss and all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in game, none of that stuff is displayed. Like the amount of data that's actually displayed in game that you can say, okay, I know what this does, I know what this does, whatever, is so minimal. So how are all of these things so clearly understood and all the data is in there and people just know what everything is, what everything does, what the stats for bosses and this and that is? Like, how is it possible that people know that when the game doesn't actually display that information?
Dude, I don't know. Honest answer, I have no
That is
idea. I
the
don't know how
perfect
people
answer,
figure this
dude.
out. I'm just grateful that we have this tool.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it is amazing the amount of time and energy that people have put into that. I just don't personally understand how it's possible that people know all the things that they know when the game doesn't actually tell you any of those things. Like, is it just that they ran enough sims and like enough quests and input every piece of data possible that they could figure out what everything is? Like, that's just
I mean,
incredible to me.
my guess is that it started out with a bunch of like user submitted data. Like I think they definitely figure out the defense thresholds through people testing, tweaking, submitting their results, and then
Yeah.
figuring out that data. But I also wouldn't be surprised if like they got some numbers from Caban.
Yeah, I think that's probably
That
very
helped.
possible as well. That's true. Well, thank you so much for showing me everything today and just sharing what you've been working on, man. That is so cool. And it's funny because I've never really been someone who's been huge into heroes. I mean, you know that I just find something that works and keep doing it. But just seeing this side of things and the in-depth numbers and how to optimize and running sims and all that stuff, it really does make me think like there's a huge part of this game that I know nothing about that is actually incredibly interesting, and I now kind of want to dive into a little bit more. So I'm sure
Yeah,
potentially in the future that's something that I'll do, and hopefully
I mean,
we can make more videos like this at some point. Running
I,
different teams and learning about different types of heroes and builds and all that stuff, because I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in it, and I would
even
love
if
to learn about it too, right?
even if you just made like a trickster, ranger, wanderer, Polonia team, that could shave some time off of your Iron Man account. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing too, is that I haven't beat Tower yet, and now I'm in Delta, and we're not even close. So that's going to be
oof,
a tough go, because me getting a soul is not going to happen anytime even remotely soon, because I can't get any like best in slot gear or anything like that. So yeah,
wait,
maybe
so
like months down the road, but anytime soon, I think that's a tough go.
are you pretty much completely cut off from like pack items?
Yeah. Unless the only way that I'm going to get pack items on Iron Man is if NPCs come in to sell me stuff.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that's going to be it for this one. But again, man, thank you so much for doing this, and hope everybody learned something. If you guys do want to see videos like this in the future where we talk more in depth about heroes and builds and souling stuff and, solo builds and all that kind of stuff, please let me know, because, of course, I love to learn this stuff, and there's lots of amazing community members that we can pull from who do have a lot more in-depth knowledge on this kind of stuff. So anyway, Zam, thank you so much for doing this today, man. It was awesome. And thank you all for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.